Can you hear me, Leonard? I can't even get my own damn live. That's pretty bad, isn't it? Oh, you son of a. And all this stuff is bullshit. I'm telling you. Got to sort through the garbage, though. What the? You sorry mother. I'm ready to slam this goddamn phone. I hope y'all can't hear that. What the? You can hear me, Leonard? Yes. Okay. This is the camera on the actual laptop itself. And this is a $300 webcam that doesn't work when it gets hot. I'm trying to get my phone to link up to this. But anyway, let's keep going with what we're doing here. This horrible thing here, you notice I've changed the carburetor on it. It's a lot bigger now. I've actually cranked it up. Let me go ahead, look in here and check the timing. And the only thing I've done is basically just set this wheel. There's the magnet and all that right there. I was hoping to use the other camera. Let me see if I can get this back on here so I can see what y'all are saying. The bad thing about this thing, it's hard for me to read it. Hey, Paul, how you doing? Road score. Yeah, well, it wasn't a computer. It was the damn $300 webcam I used that I was wanting to get right here. This is the camera on the laptop itself, so it's actually working. And let me get this. Not a tech guru by no means, but when the camera gets hot, it starts glitching, and I think that's been some of my problems. I might look into something else. And actually, I can use some GoPros to do this too. That was just like a $300 webcam. That's a very good one. As long as it's in air conditioning and not in 111 degrees like we are now. But I got plenty of iced tea. So let me see what this hunk of shit's doing here. And excuse my French, guys. See, I couldn't even bring up my own damn live on my phone. I had to restart everything. So, okay, here we are. So let me turn this volume down here so it doesn't do anything. Oh, okay. Y'all can still hear me and stuff. I guess. Okay. All right. And I'm going to have to tilt the engine over for y'all to see it. I go on about these engines being bad, the YD100s, the Yard Dog 100s, or whatever you want to call them. I have already set this thing at top dead center. It is set at top dead center. So we were just starting to break the exhaust plane. It's right at, we're reading everything from the bottom up. Let me tilt this forward a little bit more. We're reading everything from the bottom up. You go to 90 right here. And we are looking at about 100. So that's 200 degrees total exhaust duration. So if we go all the way back here, we should be sitting on that again. So, and I'm going to show y'all, and I hope this comes up. Oh, okay. There goes my phone. And actually, I don't care because I can't stand this son of a bitch. Oh, shit, it's still working. I ain't getting a new one. But anyway. And let me get a light. This ain't all that easy to do, guys. All right, here we go. All right, we still there? Okay. And you can y'all see that in there? It's just starting to break it. Right about there. We're sitting dead on. Like I said, we're reading everything from the bottom. It'd be 90 to 100. So this is the really screwed up thing about this engine. We're going to roll it around until we're just breaking the transfer right here. But if you look at the other side, let me turn the motor around. Now you see this. It's sitting on 70, okay? Not going to move it. Still on 70. All right, y'all ready for this? That one's been broke. One transfer opens before the other. If there's such a thing as a progressive transfer, let me know. So one opens before the other one. Let me spin it back around. Still on 70, and we got a closed transfer right there. What? So I haven't pulled the cylinder off yet. I have to break the silicone gasket bead on there. So here we go. A sure sign of cold seizing or seizing. Now the cylinder doesn't look that bad. Nice and shiny. It's just supporting so friggin' bad. But a sure sign of cold seizing or seizing would be you would see it in your rings area and in your piston. This thing never did seize at all. It wouldn't even get close to it actually. I think it was and everything feels good, but the rings and everything and the piston and everything looks really good. So there was no seizing done. What it was doing, I think, was gulping gas and air, and kind of sucking in and out. Getting in an impure, not an impure, but not a good, should I say good or proper mixture of air fuel, and it was wasn't consistent. Hey, Mike Miller, how you doing? I don't know how what's even possible. Yeah, it's the transfers, and that's how bad these are. Now, I wanted to take this apart for one reason, because when I saw that earlier, I said, nope, I'm not taking the cylinder off until I do it on video or live or something like that. So let's get this out of the way. And I wanted to measure the cylinder. Now, I don't think there's no such thing as a progressive transfer. I know that kind of sounds stupid while I'm saying it. And I'm gonna get a dial caliper in here, but I just want to do a random. That looks almost like 1/8 of an inch or more differential between the two. So if I was to measure down from right here, I get 1 inch and 9/16. Oh Lord, yeah, it's going everywhere. Okay, I was right. 1 inch and 7/16. It's absolutely an 1/8 inch difference. From the top of this to the top of this. What the? That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. So can I get this in there? I'm gonna have to do it like this. Zero. Can y'all see? Let me get y'all down a little bit more. $28. 0.45 millimeter, 0. $31.51. That's the difference between the top of this one and the top of that one. How crazy is that? Can y'all see that? Yeah. That's stupid. That's ridiculous. That's hilarious is what that is. I don't know why. It's confusing why, and I don't know if there is a progressive transfer. If there is, somebody speak up. I've never heard of that, where one opens before the other one, so it gives it kind of a push this way and then a push that way. It doesn't work. I'm going to go ahead and tell them right now. Quality control, probably a good deal of it. That's how bad these engines are, though. And without cutting the head off, you really, I mean, you could do it from the bottom end, but you really wouldn't know. But if you look at it, though, it looks like they were actually machine cut. Let me get a light on here. So quality control has probably got some to do with it. They actually, okay, this, you're going to see this better this way. It's actually going to, bad job here, bad job. It's just going to be hard to do. Let me scoot this table out of the way here. All right. So you can see, and the light's too bright, I think. Anyway, well, you can see the roof better this way. They don't look that bad, but they're just not in line. I mean, and you can see where somebody had actually went in there and cut them. They didn't do a good job of cutting them, though, did they? So, but there was no coal seizure. There was no seizure of the engine whatsoever. You would see that in the piston. There would be brown spots. There would be rub marks. There would be, so, whoopsie. So the oil I use is good oil, and it's in a 35-to-1 cradle to grave. I don't do anything. Now you can see right here at the top, and I figured I'd see something right here. And let me see if the light's going to work here, which is probably not. Use a fluorescent here. You can see up there at the top, it just made some marks, but I actually cut the top of the piston down so it would not seize. And there was somebody said that it was seizing, but it wasn't. So, but yeah, that's crazy. So, and by the way, if y'all are looking at that, how pretty I cut that on the mill and the lathe. I didn't. It's just another gasket. So that's actually how it was cut. So yeah. So we're going to put it back together. We're going to kill the bastard. Demon's got to die. We're going to give it an exorcism. I guess I'm going to have to use the camera on the laptop from now on. You leaving, Mike? Back to work. All right. Well, you get back to work. Everybody got work to do. Well, and then my new bike is what I did doing the Tilliston for. Uh, I bought one of those CDH 36 aluminum sprockets and haven't ridden the bike. Not even cranked it up. Hasn't had gas in it yet. I've been trying to get the carburetor linkage and stuff done. I finally finished that up here a day or so ago. And I said, let me go out and test some equipment. Maybe in the winter, this camera will work fine. But right now it doesn't work. But I got this done. It's good. I'm going to put this back together. And I'm going to do a video. I'm not going to do it live. I'm going to do it on camera. And I'm going to set up multiple cameras like I did last time. I'm going to crank it up and I'm going to shut the door and go eat lunch. And what happens, what happens. So that's probably how that's going to go down. I buy the 415 chain from Amazon. It's a gold chain. Once you tighten it up, and if you can get a chain tensioner on your crank side, like I did this one, you can forget your chain worries forever. That is really good stuff. Am I still live? Are y'all still hearing me? Just curious. See if this is still working. And guys, it's hot up here. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's 111. And inside this shop, if it wasn't for that little fan I got up there pulling the heat out of the top, it would be brutal. And it is brutal. Okay. And how you doing, Paul? I'm kind of curious about your suspension bike, because I've thought about doing that, but making a long extension where the motor sits on, and I'm trying to think what that's called. Oh, that's so sad. You forget the terminology. No, you can't use a swamp cooler down here. That's the difference between places that have humidity and places don't have humidity. When you don't have humidity, yes, indeed. We were in Arizona and it was like 125 degrees, and they had just on the corner, they had these swamp coolers. You walk in front of them, it's wonderful. We've actually put chillers into plants down in Mexico, regular water chillers, and it'll convert hot water, actually 115, 116 degree water, to 75 degrees. Go up to, we put the same unit in Indiana, which is high humidity. We were only able to get 98 degrees outside, only able to get 85 degree water on the chiller. So they don't work that good. If it's high humidity, don't work. Low humidity, absolutely, it works great. But what is that called? I can't think of the damn name of it right now. The back fork, basically. And what's it called? Okay. Not the dropouts, it's the whole unit on a motorcycle. Oh, I can't. That's sad. I've owned so many motorcycles. Dadgummit. Swing arm. The back swing arm. That's what it is. And the back bike arm, the swing arm. The rear swing arm, I wanted to actually mount a motor to the swing arm. So the chain and the bike motor and everything moves together. You know, you'd have to brace up, and I've thought about doing it. You'd have to brace up really heavy back up to the seat, back to the front, make a good heavy pivot right there, and then mount the motor on the swing arm right in front of the tire, and then you're done. Whenever you went down, you'd have to have a shock. That'd be go up under the seat. The the tire and the motor would move together, so there would be no problem about the chain getting slack or not getting slack. Hang on 1 second, y'all. I got a glass of iced tea here. You can probably tell I'm sweating. But I've thought about doing that. And it wouldn't be that hard to do. Yeah, I haven't seen it, but there's no reason why it wouldn't work. And I think I did see one now that I'm thinking about it. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think I did see one. But you would have to make the back swing arm a little longer to accommodate the motor. Then you'd have to gusset up under the seat and what have you, and then the shock would have to come straight down. And it has to be a good shock too, especially for my fat ass. But yeah. But I guess the camera on the laptop works all right. Y'all can see me okay and everything. Yeah, I can see where you use a kid's bike frame. And then you'd have to have a really good pivot point. But in Louisiana, you'd still have to be able to pedal it. So the pivot point would have to be where the crank is, too, or the bottom bracket. So that would be that's one of the things that stopped me, because you'd have to incorporate a lot of stuff in that pivot point, which is not impossible by no means, but you'd have to incorporate a lot of stuff right there, because you have to have it where you pedal it where it's legal. The more you use one of these in your community, let me go ahead and say this, the more people see them out there, the more people start using them, the more you're going to see, and the more dumbasses on them you're going to see. And that's the way it is around here right now. So you have to be legal as you can up to a certain point. You know, if you get stopped by the police and they say, well, how big is that motor? 49 cc. And when they turn around and ask you again, you say 49 cc. Are you shot 49 cc? Always say that. So, but yeah, at least the laptop works. But I'm not going to blow this thing up. I'm going to do it on video. I'm not going to do it on live. But yeah, you can. Cylinder's not hurt. It still lives. But those transfers, I don't know what the hell happened there. Damn right. They make them fit right on your clutch cover. 49 cc. When they ask you, 49 cc. They don't make them in chrome script yet, but when they do, I'll be putting them on my new bike. 49 cc. And when I had my wreck and I got my back broke, first thing the cop asked me, how big is the motor on that? 49 cc. I went from 0 to 10 pain in exactly 2 seconds. And the only thing that really saved me was my backpack. I didn't hit my head. Okay, you're gonna be running in a couple of days. All right, I'm gonna look for that video. And at 10 pain, I said 49 cc. So no matter what you do, 49 cc. Hopefully I'll be running mine here in a little bit. Not today by no means, it'll be a few days. But it looks good. I mean, if it does 20 miles an hour, I don't care. It just looks like it'll do 120 miles an hour. That's what's the point. Nothing's cheap in Canada. And there was little fella up there that was talking about he needed seals for his engine. And I said, Amazon's got a set of seals for $4.99. He shot me back a screenshot of what it cost them up there. And it was like $20. I said, what? I said, man, the hell with that. And I've got probably 50, 60 of each. There you go. Well, actually, what you could do is go on a printer and go ahead and print you out 49cc and cut it out, or get some of that sticker paper for your computer. You could do that. But it's like $20 up there, and I go, oh, no, I'll send you a set. $29 to get it up there. I opened my mouth too soon, but man of my word, I say what I'm going to do. I'm going to do what I do. Shipping was $29. I was like, are you serious? This is an envelope. Well, it's not machinable. It won't go through the machine because it's too thick. $29. Took 3.5 weeks to get up there. If I spend $29 on shipping, it better get there the next day. Now, another thing. I just finished this up. And this was on my tan bike that pushed me over 50 miles an hour. I cut the piston and the ring end gap. The cylinder was not hurt at all. And I'm sending this to my bikes in Puerto Rico. Now, if anybody's ever picked one of these up, that's probably 2-3 pounds. And I'm going to get back and let y'all know. I'm going to send this to him. Now, Puerto Rico is part of the United States, granted. I'll bet you it won't be $12. And I'll bet you he'll have it in a week. So I'm not hating on Canada or anything like that. They could probably do a little better. 40 pounds. $50, and my friend in Louisiana to send me my top end China Red. $40? He got off cheap. Who's sending you that? Who's your friend in Louisiana? Let me guess. L.A. Hub. I didn't just say that, did I? I don't doubt it. £40. That cylinder don't weigh 40 pounds. The whole engine might weigh close to 40 pounds. Domino. I don't know him. But yeah, I mean, the shipping's ridiculous. But it's probably cheaper than you buying the whole thing down here. But yeah, shipping is like crazy up there. And these giveaways, when I give away these pins and stuff to people, and and they live in Canada, and I don't discriminate. I still send it to them. They're expensive. They're like $20, $25 to send those things to. Like I sent one to Leonard, and $4.99, I think. And it was like $21, $22. They don't ship to Canada. Okay. Wonder why. Oh, what, the one on Amazon? Because they send the whole kit like my new bike. Now, I did it to, hang on here. Okay, I got it now. All right, there we go. I got it now. All right. Don't ask me, dude. I don't do politics. I do know that, like in Mexico, Canada, what have you, our dollar is based on our economy. Their dollar is based on their economy. And in Mexico, I don't remember exactly what it is, and I don't know what it is right now, but our dollar buys 20 of theirs, but their $1 buys the same thing in our country as our dollar. So it's something like that, I think. So now, let me hit wait. I'm starting to learn how to do this, guys. So give y'all wrenches and stuff. You know? Okay, there we go. How fast did I go on what? I had an electric bike did 55, which was terrifying. This particular motor right here pushed me to 55. Unofficial, but officially, according to ERT, over 50. And with my bikes, he's probably, and I told him, be careful. It's probably going to, I was running a 36.2 sprocket. He can run a 32. He doesn't weigh that much. He better be careful. And I told him to be careful. Yeah, I'm just learning how to do that. I just learned how to do it, actually. That's sad. Huh? I don't go live that much. Oh, I haven't written it yet, and I'm going to show you. You might be interested. This is a Tilliston carburetor I'm going to be using. I've been working on the, and I got to get used to this camera. I'm working on the linkage so I can run a cable this way and not have to come around here and pull this. So the good thing about this carburetor is it doesn't require any kind of special cable and no jets. You can adjust it on the fly and everything else, which would work good for me because I ride more in the winter than I do the summer. I ride all year round, but it would be just easy to adjust. And we're going to see how fast that bike goes. It's got the Gemini wheels. It's got all the good stuff. It's got the Minarelli hybrid and all that. And it's got a good squish on it and everything. Back on my computer, I can see the chat now. Okay, good. But yeah, and it should push 50 pretty easy. I got a 36.2 sprocket on it, but I don't care. It just looks like it'll do 80. That's the whole point of it. And generally, that bike's going for me to cruise around town, go visit friends, go visit sick friends, stuff like that. You get to be 67 years old, unfortunately, you have a lot of sick friends. But if y'all want to hang on a minute, I'm going to run inside and grab me another iced tea, and I'll be right back in a second. Okay? But if the Tillerson carburetor doesn't work, we'll be going with another carburetor. I didn't say what kind of tea it was. I just said it was tea. And by the way, the Twisted Tea bike is with Twisted Tea. That was a 58 millimeter 395 Husqvarna jug on a bike. Quite big, quite huge. No jets, no nothing. You just adjust it out just like a chainsaw. $19 millimeter. Yeah, I just got through seeing one of those. I think Raul Duke posted, and then I'm going to look at that because I've never seen that carburetor before. Is that something new? Is it new? This car will work. This car cranked it up on the stand. There's people that's went over 67, almost 70 miles an hour on it. Yeah, he has a 21. And there's people with this carburetor right here, the Tillerson, that has went over 60 miles an hour on this right here. Well, it's at the owners right now. So they own it. That was a big engine, and it wasn't ever even really meant to run, but it did. I mean, I couldn't put a clutch in it that would hold, and I didn't want to cut the case, and I told them that, where it says Twisted Tea on the clutch cover, to put a real heavy clutch in it, what have you. I said they want it just like it is. They don't want it damaged in any way. I said good enough. So, but yeah, that was a 58 millimeter Husqvarna jug. That thing was huge, and trust me, wasn't easy to crank up. It cranked up good. But you had to pedal it. You had to get it going. When you popped the clutch on it, it was like poof, 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 poof. And then the compression release would lock in, and then it would take off. But yeah, it's pretty good. But I don't really want to do another one. That was a lot of machine work. Yeah, and I saw that carburetor, and are they new? And I've never heard of one before. That doesn't mean anything either. There's a lot of stuff out there that I haven't seen. No expert by no means, trust me. I learned just as much from y'all as y'all learned from me and my fails and everything else. One of my biggest failures was this damn yelling Demon 100 bastard wouldn't blow up. About 2 years out of, or so. Okay, about 2 years ago. All right. Like I said, you kind of get caught. I've been using these basically the OKO, whatchamacallit here. One that comes in that box, 21 millimeter. You don't even pull the jets out of it. If you got a G2 reed system like this, you put it on there. Don't worry. I hear you. Timu. I love Timu. I ain't gonna lie. I do. What the heck did I get? I bought 3 things off of Timu, and I don't think I spent. I bought a radio. I bought a straight razor just because I always wanted a straight razor, and they're always really expensive. And then what else did I get? I can't think what it is. I don't think I spent $9. God, my eyes are going back. Get clear, float low. Well, the cool thing about these was on the 2 bikes that I got it on, the LD90 and the LD100, they came stock with a, have no idea what damn pilot jet it is. And it comes with a 100 main jet. I just bolted the carburetor on. That was it. They run beautiful. Literally. I can't complain. They're like great. I just made a flange to weld onto the G2 reed, bolted right up. They already had the adapter in the box and everything else. They had extra jets and all kinds of stuff. 100 and whatever comes stock in it. I never even looked at it. I put it on there and run it. Beautiful. Oh no, I can't cut those bars on the Cranbrook. That's a friend of mine that passed away gave me those and the bike. That bike's going to stay just like that. That's the way Willow wanted me to build it. And at 37 years old, the man died. He was just like a really great guy. Clip-ons. Oh, the stock bars. Okay, got you. For what? The intake? Yeah, somebody else told me that too. That's what you're talking about for the intake, right? Mikuni carburetors are good. Most all the dirt bikes I own had Mikunis on them. They are good. These are definitely not old dirt bikes. These are definitely not high end 2-strokes. These are, I don't know, putting a Mikuni on one of these things to me is like hanging a gold chain on a pig. Oh, I got you. You talk about the handlebars on the new bike. Yeah, I didn't think about that. You're right. I got you now. The I know what you mean now. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. I'm gonna have to, and like I said, I'm not going any long places, long trips with it. I don't really go on any really long trips. I do in the winter. I'm gonna take the LD 100 on the tan bike and put the trailer behind it, which I got a trailer for it. And I'm thinking I'm gonna take some camping trips. But yeah, I mean, just me spending $130 to $150 on a carburetor going on a $65 engine, I don't know. It's just hard for me to do it. This right here, I do like this because it doesn't require any weird cable. And so if you mess your cable up, you could use pretty much any cable. Okay, on his F-Zero. I'm gonna have to go back and look at that. And that's probably a damn good idea too. And that probably might be the way I'm going. I'm glad you said that. The when you said clip-ons, I'm trying to think. But yeah, the handlebars. I got you now. Thank you. And like I said, I learned just as much from y'all as y'all learned from me. I do like this for simplicity because in the RC race boats, we were hitting up above 20,000 RPMs on 2 strokes, not nitros, oil and gas, with pumper carburetors, the Walboro WYK33 carburetor, stuff like that. But they were 25cc and 29cc engines, so they weren't that big. So I'm kind of curious about this, and this would be good because whenever I get in different weather, which it's coming, but I ride all year long. Unfortunately for some of y'all have to say no when it gets winter. Here, that's when it gets good. So I'm hoping to take some long trips on the LD 100 and pull the trailer. And yeah, I'll have to go look at that actually and see what he did. L.A. Hover, I've never had any problem with him. He got picked on by some people that I don't particularly care for. That's me. And always liked his videos. And I looked at his videos when I first started getting into this. And he had the good basic information, like how to set your clutch, how to redo your clutch. Any kind of videos on how to, do port timing, stuff like that. You go to Dave's channel and stuff like that. That's where I learned this stuff from. You don't, and the internet, what have you, you just don't pick up a book. You don't read a book, sit down and play a piano. It takes practice, and it takes a lot of practice. L.A. Hover's got a lot of practice. And I think he got away from the bikes because he got picked on so damn much by a bunch of damn people, and they shouldn't have. And he come up with a lot of good points. There's Dave. He finally made it back. We're still here. Goofy ass damn camera of mine. Yeah, absolutely. And I did too. I ain't gonna say anything different about it. Now let me go ahead and do Dave here. And I'm gonna give him a wrench. All right, that's how y'all do that. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I ain't got nothing against the man, but he was picked on by a lot of people, and he should have been. But he dished it out just as well as he got it. So other than that, now that crap that BFF did with that was totally wrong as hell right off the bat. So, but hopefully he just calms down and doesn't mess with people. He attacked me. He attacked everybody. And the thing of it is, when you attack somebody, especially in a public forum, I know you and him have some issues, and that's fine, but not BFF. You and LA Hover, and I know y'all went back and forth, but that's over and done with. But BFF, he attacked a lot of people, and whenever anybody attacks anybody in a public forum, they're just trying to put you down to make them talk. So don't worry about it. No big deal. He did. I think he did. And, you know, anybody that's going to sit there and shoot you down on the internet or talk bad about you, they're trying to make themselves look better. Now, whenever you get in a shouting match between technologies and what have you, well, this is right, that's right, you're both right, then you got a little bit of an arguing point. But L.A. Hubbard has always been nice to me. I've always been nice to him. I try to be nice to everybody. I don't want to put down anybody. I get mad at some people, naturally, for the same reason they just tried to put me down. Simple as that. Yeah, and like I said, BFF. Okay, thank you. And this is the laptop's camera. This is not my $300 live stream camera that won't take the heat. It was $56 actually to shoot. Yeah, I don't doubt it. I do not doubt it at all. A pair of seals, engine seals. If y'all don't know what they look like, and I know you know what they look like, $26 to ship it to Canada. I'm going, really? And it cost him $26. It would be better for me, and I don't know why I didn't do this, to say, just give me your address. I'm going to have Amazon ship them to you for $20. And I'm going to say, I didn't even think about that. So when I went to the post office and said, I got boxes of them, there's Obi-Wan. Oh, there you go. I said, well, I'll ship you a set. I shipped you 2 sets, actually. I'm thinking it's going to cost $4 or $5. $26. And I was like shocked. Well, I understand that, but L.A. Hubbard had some information for the new bike owner. And like I said, he if you wanted to learn how to do port timing and stuff, you went to your channel. If you wanted to learn how to adjust a clutch or something like that, you looked at his channel. He had some good stuff on there. And when I first got on here and looking at stuff, he was one of the channels I looked at. I can't say anything bad about either one of y'all. Whenever I got more advanced, I went to your channel. But when I first started off, I was looking at his channel. You're not going to waste your time telling me how to adjust my clutch, but he will. So, and it was good for that. A pair of seals, Leonard, a pair of engine seals. Engine seals. There was a young fella that said that seals cost $20 off of Amazon. I said, no way. I looked it up and he screenshot it and sent it to me. I said, oh my God. I said, I got seals over here. I got boxes of them. Okay. All right, I'm gonna have to remember that. So I said, I'll send you a set. And $26. When I went to the post office to send to it, it was $26 shipping. I said, $26? He said, well, it won't go through the machine. It's too thick. $26. Yeah, it is. Now, when I send those scribes and what have you to people in Canada, what do y'all think that costs? If I tell you I'm going to send you one, I'm going to send you one. I don't give a damn what country you're in. $25. That's out of my pocket. That's not out of nobody's pocket but mine. 18? Is that what it was? I think I sent you one. 17, 18, 25, something like that. It depends. I think it depends on what do they call it? Territories up there? Something like that. Territories, or I'm not up on Canadian. I think it's territories, isn't it? Provinces. Okay, could be. So it depends on what province it goes to. And those things I send, I can send them in an envelope. They're not machinable because they won't go through the machine like letters go through. The damn stickers are $9. They go through the machine. And I got to stand there and fill out about probably 15 minutes of writing to fill out the shipping overseas or international shipping label and all that. I'm going to send this to My Bikes in Puerto Rico, and I'll bet you it's not $12. And I don't have to fill shit out. Yeah, just stickers. Wow. So it is what it is. If I tell you I'm going to send you one, I'm going to send you one. And I don't give a damn what it costs. Nope. Puerto Rico is a part of the United States and it's standard shipping, just like I was sending it to Mississippi. 55, probably about $16, $17. Yeah, Puerto Rico is part of the U.S. So it's just like I'm sending it to Mississippi or sending it to you. On my phone, internet is dead. Need to find on your end, not on my end, or it is on your end. I sent ERT stickers and My Bike stickers, and it cost a stamp. That's all. One stamp. So, and I sent a scribe, I think, to ERT, $4, and the same thing it was, I sent it to you. So Puerto Rico is a to Puerto Rico. Shipping through the United States Postal Service has gotten a lot more expensive. A lot. Because the United States Postal Service has lost money every year for the past 100 years. They don't make money. Now they're determined to make money now. That's why, and you send anything to Canada? Now, I had $40,000 worth of RC boat props that a guy in Australia bought off of eBay. And he had to pay the additional shipping to get them to Australia. Now, he didn't pay $40,000. That's what I had in the boxes. And he bought it on a bid, which was close. He had to pay an additional $1,000 to get them there. So, but he was happy to do that. So yeah, it's just shipping in other countries is crazy. And this is a long time ago when it was cheap. So, and trust me, you can get some money in RC boat props. How many times? Penhurst mints, Penhurst coins, I would buy silver from them about every week. Whenever it would get to, you know where, that'd be it. You wouldn't hear from it anymore. I'd go back to them, they had insurance on it and everything, and they keep sending it. And they said, well, we're not sending it United States Postal Service. We're going to send it UPS. I said, you don't understand. UPS got to come through the same place. First, they tried FedEx. A couple of packages made it through. And then after that, none of them made it through after that. Lost in the mail. Then they tried UPS. It's going through the same place, dude. Lost in the mail. They were cutting them over to get the silver. I said, really, guys? But anyway. Yeah, it's bad down here. And I know it's bad other places too. That's the reason you never send cash through the mail. But I told him, I said, send it, plain envelope. Don't have on there Penhurst coins right on the front of it. You don't do that. They did, though. But it was hilarious. But Obi-Wan, I want to show you something here right quick, if you're still here. Yeah, did you see? Did you see the transfer open up on one side and didn't open up on the other? That thing is horrible. It's horrible. I was working on the linkage on the Tilliston, and I made that for an air cleaner. And now we got a straight pull. I want to use this on a new bike for several reasons. I mean, and they say it doesn't do good in mid-range, which it probably doesn't. FedEx sucks, absolutely. So I'm going to do Obi-Wan now, too. This is so cool. All right, cool. Obi-Wan's done. He's got a wrench. Who doesn't have a wrench? He's the only one that don't have a wrench. Yeah, those numbers are crazy. And did you see where there was an 1/8 difference in, and I'm going to ask you this question, Dave. There's an 1/8 difference in opening of the left and right transfer. Is there such a thing as a progressive transfer where one will open before the other? Or is that just poor ass damn engine? DHL is slow. And the damn thing is, they drop it off at the post office. Yeah, the transfer, one transfer on that, on this right here. One of these transfers, let me go ahead and do this again. If y'all can see this, I'm holding my thumb right at the top of that transfer. Dave should be able to answer this. And this is not going to work that good. Hang on. There we go. $30.91 on this transfer. Let me go to the other side. $27.58. The transfers open differently. This one on one side, that's 28. This one opens up almost an 1/8 inch before this one opens up. So which one do you go by? Doesn't matter. This engine's going to die. It's a piece of shit. So it's ridiculous, though, how bad these engines actually are. 200, 140, 30. Yeah, it's just like the first one, and then it's 70. So that's 140. So it's 200, 100 exhaust, 70. So that's 30. blowdown, I guess you'd say, if I remember correctly. And, 140 total transfer duration, and then 200 degrees of exhaust duration. But is there such a thing as a progressive transfer where one opens before the other? You don't have to send me anything, Paul. You don't have to send me a thing, babe. We're good. Yeah, those numbers ain't any good, are they? And the squish was 0.6. That's not a G4. That is a YD100, the Yelling Demon 100. Okay, the G4 cylinders, they're evenly progressive. And I was about to say they open up at the same time, every one I saw. Is that correct? One opens up at almost an eighth of an inch before the other one. Yes, evenly progressive, right. So this is how bad these damn YD Yard Dog 100s are, but this Yelling Demon 100, he's down here in Baton Rouge, so they spent a couple of days with us. We had crabs and shrimp, and we had a good time. And then I've had a lot of lawnmowers, a lot of weed eaters and stuff, and I got to go one here tomorrow. Because of the hydrostatic drive went out on it. No, and that's the reason these engines will run forever at 20 miles an hour. They are what they are. You want me to tell you what I think they are, but anyway. Can y'all still hear and see me? It was buffering, yeah. 3 millimeter squish. Are you talking about the YD100s? Absolutely. No, I haven't seen it. I would go check it out. Yeah, I want to see that. Post a video of it. And by the way, is this still buffering? Go on eBay, and this is wire-filled spark plug wire, fabric wrapped, herringbone, black and white, and they have other colors and all kinds, and they sell it by the foot. Millimeter spark plug wire, and it's tons, tons, TON apostrophe tons performance. I found those on eBay, and they got a lot of really cool spark plug wire, and it's all copper core. It's all good stuff. Good price. They sell it by the foot. Did I mess with the pilot air mix on what? That's behind this heart. Somebody else is going to have to. Oh, you're talking about Obi-Wan. I hear you, bro. Well, I got that uh, Lister Petter diesel over there. It's 415 pounds, and it's 12 horsepower. Hey, Willard, how you doing? I'm gonna give Willard a wrench too. Hang on. That's so cool. I know how to do that now. I hate Kevin. I used to get my fuel lines still braided. That's actually spark plug wire, right? And they got some really nice looking stuff on there, and it's all copper core. Not all of it's copper core. You just got to get the copper core one, but yeah, that's nice and pretty right there. I hear you, brother. I hope everything's all right. I hope you're doing all right. I know. I know. I know you don't hate me. I don't hate anybody. Yeah, that's another reason I kind of like this carburetor. Just a little bit of a screwdriver adjustment. So we'll see. I might not like it and might get rid of it, but I do have the linkage set up pretty good. So, oh, you didn't have to do that. That's fine. I'm kidding. I know better than that. Yeah, I could. I could do any of that. And just like my brother says, well, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? I said, I have to abide by the law. If I go out here and I can't pedal start it according to Louisiana law, and it has a centrifugal clutch and it has gears, then it is subject to insurance, registration, and driver's license. I try to stay within the law somewhat, probably not size wise, but everything else. Oh, I got to plug my phone in. I forgot. Oh, wait a minute. I don't have Matt either. All right, now Matt's a moderator, or he's got a wrench. Now I know how to do it. All new stuff. Well, let me show you, Willard. I was wanting to use this carburetor, the Tillotson, so I made this piece here for the to accept a 49 millimeter air cleaner, and then I was working on the uh, linkage because all you had was this. I put this on there, and then I put this piece on here, and now I'll be able to tie into this. I just have to get a few parts, and then that's the only thing left on the bike is get that done, and that's it. Okay. What, you like 1 degree down from a transfer opening on the boost port? With the new bikes, I haven't cranked it, I haven't ridden it yet. Uh, I'm still working on the carburetor linkage, getting the carburetor on there, getting everything locked on, settled in there good. Okay, I'm gonna check you out, Dave. And there is Raul Duke. Okay, you're going to have to go back and look on this where we are with that. We are going to blow it up, but in this video, you're going to have to go back and look at it. And I showed the port timing on it, which was horrible. One transfer opens before the other transfer, which is horrible. And but there was no seizing, cold seizing, or whatever you want to call it, what somebody called it anyhow. And it just broke off the damn stand. Well, whenever it's going to die. It might be awesome, but it's going to die. We got the stand welded good, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to hang the fuel can up above it, put 3 cameras on it, crank it up, shut the door, and walk away. I'll have to look into that, but I do know it has to pedal start. And the police look at me pretty heavy now since my accident and stuff like that. And they actually go on YouTube and look at some of my videos hitting 50 miles an hour. So right then and there, you're kind of giving your stuff away. But that's the reason I don't like to post speeds too much. But when you got ERT hounding you all the time to join the 50 mile an hour club, just kidding. I hear you, brother. I hear you. And I do know the clutch system or torque converter system. I know, yes, and they are getting hit by a hurricane. And yes, I'm praying for all of them. Trust me, I know all about it. Know all about hurricanes. We've had our share. What's the latest numbers on it? Has it hit Puerto Rico yet? I actually messaged my bike earlier today, and I haven't heard anything back, and that's probably why. Yeah, I do too. And they've dealt with these things just as much as I have, probably more. So it's just another day in paradise, so to speak. Yeah, the MZ Miami pipe's a good pipe. I can't complain. But I'm going to tell you, like I'm going to tell everybody, it's made to fit on this particular bike, that particular this motor situation. It's not going to fit all bikes. You're going to have to heat it and bend it. Yeah, I saw that carburetor, that 21. I'm curious about that. I'm going to actually go look them up. I know it's on Amazon, but I'm going to go look it up. I want to get this Tillerson working.
Hope he's not going to tell you what his main is. He's not going to tell you what his pilot is either. Yeah, he will. I guess you can. I don't know. I don't care. Go ahead. Go for it. Try. Long as it ain't some weird site like beef chunks and gravy. All right, we got a severe thunderstorm in our area. So if you're going to do it, Raul, do it quick. I'm going to have to cancel this down. But I'm glad y'all coming. Enjoyed y'all's visit. HSK, $845, $80 on Fleabag. What is that, a carburetor? No, they're all the same. They fit some bikes. Now that Cranbrook's a little different than like some bikes because of the way the tube bends up so fast. But no, I got a good pipe. It's just I had to massage it a little bit for it to fit properly. Mine sticks way up. Have you got your drivetrain? On what? Or are you talking to somebody else? Yes, sir. You stay safe too. Good evening, Mike. $31. Link works, by the way. That's not a bad price. Not a bad price at all. Oh, really? You don't tell people about your channel around here? Where's around here? What's the deal with that? No, I already looked at the link. $31. That's not bad. You don't tell people about your channel around here. Okay. I don't understand what that means. Yeah, now you can heat it up and push it in. I don't put a silencer on it because I want my bike loud. Let me go out here and look right quick. We got some bad weather coming. Yeah, guys, I gotta shut it down. Gotta shut it down. We got some bad weather coming in. Thanks for joining me. We're gonna get stuff going here. I've been so busy. My brother came down and stuff like that. So love you all to death. Got some wind kicking up. Gotta go, babe.